injunction, MFer, but that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're going to be talking about Polymer80 and their settlement with LA. Hey Wolverines, glad you can join me on John Crump News, where we talk about everything 2A related. Today we're going to be talking about Polymer80 and their settlement with LA. LA sued the Las Vegas-based company, claiming that they were a nuisance and a bunch of other unfounded causes. Polymer80 decided it was cheaper just to settle with them than to fight with them, and that's exactly what the company did. Polymer80 paid out $4 million of their money, and then the owners of Polymer80, there's two of them, they both paid out a total of $1 million. And they also agreed not to sell the kits in California anymore. We're seeing this tactic be used more and more against gun companies, especially those that sell unfinished frames and receivers. If you look out at New York City has sued a bunch of different companies, so has Buffalo, and there's lawsuits all around the country. Brady put out a CLE, which is a continuing legal education, a while ago, talking about how to get around the PLCAA, which protects gun companies and gun parts companies from frivolous lawsuits. So they have been using these tactics to try to put companies like Polymer80 out of business. It's just not Polymer80 that's being sued. If you follow Indie Guns on Instagram, you can tell that he's being sued. Rainier Arms was being sued, but then they turned over their customer list, which I think was a scumbag move, but hey, what can you do, right? So all these companies are being forced to either turn over customer information or pay huge fines. Some companies that turned over information said they turned it over because the states would get it through discovery anyway, which I think is a BS answer. But what we are seeing a weaponization of the civil court system to try to put companies out of business or get information on gun owners. These companies are not selling anything illegal. They are selling a lawful product. And I don't think that you should negotiate with terrorists. And when I say that, I'm talking about terroristic tactics through the court system that these states and cities are using. And we know where they're coming from. They're coming from Brady, because their CLE that I looked into a while ago, and also Everytown is writing up the lawsuits for these cities, counties, and states to file. Basically what happens is the anti-gun groups come in and they go to the politicians and they hand over a pre-written lawsuit, and then the states, counties, or cities file the lawsuits. Sometimes Brady and Everytown are on the lawsuits, sometimes they are not. But do not be mistaken, these anti-gun groups are the ones behind all these lawsuits. I wish Polymer80 wouldn't have paid, but I understand from a business standpoint, sometimes it is better to settle than go down and have the whole ship sink. So I don't blame Polymer80 one bit. I just wouldn't have done that. At least I don't think I would have done that. If I was in this situation, maybe I would decide differently, but they had to make a business decision to keep the business going, and that is exactly what they have done. But all the companies that sell unfinished frames and receivers, whether they are part of an injunction or not, which most are not part of an injunction, so you can buy the full kits on the Polymer80 website, but these states are going to try to use their power because they have an unlimited legal fund, because they are using taxpayers' money to sue these companies on the behalf of Everytown, Brady, Giffords, and all these anti-freedom organizations. So that is it. Remember, if you're an FPC member, SAF member, GOA member, you can have one of these, which is cool, and you're covered by the injunction. I am triple covered, kind of like triple vaxxed, but covered. Probably works better than a vaccination, but there's that. All right, guys, that is it. So stay ever vigilant, stay ever free. I will be on at 5 p.m. Eastern over at John Crump Live, which is coming up pretty soon with Stephen Williford. He has a new book out that is freaking fantastic, and you should check out his book and watch him on John Crump Live, which there should be a little card somewhere. I don't know, some little thing that you can click. All right, guys, that is it. So stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keep in the fight. I am out of here. If you like what I do here, like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me grow, and I'm on the march to 45,000 people. I am less than 1,000 away from 45,000, and I really, really, really want to hit 45,000. All right, guys, that's it. So I love you very much. Wolverine's mother.